Hi there, this is Shiva, and I'm going to be doing a replacement video for the last one, and as you can obviously tell, there's a huge improvement in the sound quality because I basically went out and bought myself a snowball, and so hopefully this should allow people to be able to actually hear me, and most importantly, it doesn't sound as if I'm being suffocated with a pillow. So here we go. This is really the replacement for the graphics that I am doing, but the other big improvement to the videos are that I am now able to do this in 4K. Apparently my OBS has decided to encode everything in 4K. It's a program, I still have to get used to it. So let's just change the resolution here. And as you can see, that's my resolution here. Now I just want to briefly go over some of this stuff here. Be very careful with your settings, all right? Shader quality is fine. I recommend you just leave anti-aliasing off, okay, or as low as you possibly can, because it's pretty much useless. And it appears to cause some displaying problems. If you put anti-aliasing on too high, you get a little bit of a flickering in some of the lights, and if you have problems, epilepsy, or suffer from seizures, that could really trigger it. So it's really only on the very high and ultra settings, but I just leave it off anyway because it really doesn't do all that much. I just leave VSync off. I've got my frame rate 64, which is what my monitor refresh rate is. To be honest, this program needs some rather serious optimization. I'm pretty sure that's coming soon. As to other things, well, I'm going to set these. These usually reset themselves, but we'll just leave it at that. As you can see, my master volume is at half. So let's apply my settings. Let's go back and let's take a look at some of the changes in the graphics, and that's with the 8-ball table. So let's load her in, and we're going into editor view. And as you can see, there's a lot to do, and unfortunately, this is moved, and I have absolutely no idea why it has moved. I believe that there is in fact a bug that's just been reported with the brand new update that just came out today, and somebody mentioned that this is what's happening. Now I really wanted to redo it anyway because, to be honest, it was pretty horrible. So what I'll just do is I'll just delete that. As you can see, all the textures are kind of messed up. We'll just leave it like that for the time being. I'm going to, as I said before, I'm going to redo it. There's also some changes in the UI. The update just came out today. I'm going to do a separate video on the updates itself and what it changes. I can already see a couple really nice things here. That's kind of nice, and I believe these are key bound too as well. I believe it's a 1, 2, 3, and they will change everything. So really nice. It was a smaller update than I actually had kind of expected, but it does look as if there was some bug fixes involved in that. So you may have to redo certain things on your table. Let's just see if anything else has gotten a little bit. Let's see if anything else has gotten anything. Well, it doesn't look like that. It looks. In case you're wondering, oh yeah, this has gone screwed too as well. Oh well, I'm not actually going to be playing anything. We'll just show you, well, the graphics changes. So let's hit tab, and it has not saved my position from the last game, but that's okay. Well, the first thing you can see is we have a backglass now, and this is something I ripped up last night. It only really took about half an hour. It's pretty easy to do lighting effects on the backglass if you know, especially after 22 years of experience in doing these. The other thing here was, and I think you may have noticed it a little bit, the table, I've changed the colors. I did find out the actual color that Bally used, and I put it in, and so I made some changes to the coloring system. And as you can see, it's sort of more of a greenish blue. It really just depends on the lighting effects that you use. For instance, if you go dark, you see it gets really, really dark, but as you go light, you can see that the color does change. So, and also as well, I did a lot of work on the apron itself. Let's put this back to a better, to a darker, so that it matches up a little bit better. And as you can tell, the apron image itself is an awful lot sharper. I literally redid a lot of things. The original image that I used was something that was done nearly 15 years ago, and to be honest, it was very, very fuzzy, so I really sharpened up, especially the man. Now, as you can see, the men on both sides, they're a lot clearer, they're a lot sharper, and maybe one of these days I'll do a video on exactly how to make it this sharp for computer games. As well, I redid the logos, I changed all the colors, I did a couple of lighting corrections, and then I decided to redo the play field a little bit. And if you look very closely, I don't know if you have a lower resolution monitor, I don't know how well this shows up, so I will zoom it in, but if you look very carefully, you can see there is a texture on the play field now, and it's just a simple paper texture. And what that does is it prevents the table from getting too glossy. It gives a little bit of definition. If you compare this to the previous video that I had done, the table is not as shiny. It doesn't look as if it's like a plastic surface. It's starting to look a little bit more like, well, paint on wood, which is exactly what I wanted to do. And finally, it's the backglass, and I will give you a lot better picture of the backglass, and there it is right there. I still have a lot to do, ever so slightly off. I haven't adjusted the scoring display yet, but you know what, that's actually pretty good. This is just stock, so you know, good job there, developers, right? So anyway, that's what the new backglass looks like. It's just the main image. There's a darkening mask. I believe it's set to vivid light in this case, and then there's just a bunch of white circles that are blurred out and then set to color dodge, and that's a very simple way to do lighting effects. And as you can see, it came out really nice, especially for a first go, especially for about a half an hour worth of work. There are a couple of areas that I'm going to move the lights, especially by the Bally logo. For some reason it came out really dark, but you know, you just move the lights in Photoshop and it comes out really nice. I might do a couple more in here. Anyway, it's going to be maybe another 5-10 minutes worth of work, and then I'll just leave it alone. Next up for the graphics will be, in fact, we'll be doing the cabinet image, and something that I am not really looking forward to, but you know, you got to do it, right? In the meanwhile, I will end this video here, and the next video I'll might even do tonight, and that will be about all of the updates that have come out. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this and I suddenly realized I forgot to save the damn game before I removed all of those walls. So you can't play the thing anyway. And of course the walls by the flippers have gotten messed up, so that means I'm going to probably have to redo the entire damn thing. And you know, these tiny little walls that you have to shape and you have to shape each wall. It's such a pain in the ass. Anyway, in the meanwhile, we'll talk to you in the next video, and in the meanwhile, have a happy pinball.